summer and it is hot. And when the lakes get hot, sometimes fish tend to get a little suspended and they can be tough. But today I'm gonna take you out on the lake. We're gonna look at some baits and some techniques that'll help you get to these suspended fish and hopefully get through the summer grind a little easier. So let's get out on the water and see if we can figure these old suspenders out.
So I know this is extremely loud right here. These man-made places where they have bridges in the summertime, it's a really good place to target fish that are gonna be suspended. There we go, switched up to the drop shot. And we got a fish. Oh, feels like a good one. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Came right off the end of that pillar. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Jeez. Woo. Goodness. That's not really what I was expecting to catch on a drop shot, but heck, we'll take it. Ah, golly, what a nice fish. Now, that one was just off the bottom. I casted that drop shot out there with that Lucky John hammer stick, and I'll show you how to rig that in just a second. But as soon as it got to the bottom, boom, fish hit it. So, and that was about 14 to 18 feet of water. I pulled it off of the drop, and just as soon as I did, boom, hit it. So we'll get a release on this fish, give you guys a good look at it, and then we'll go try to catch another one this same way. I switched techniques. I was first fishing the that hammer stick on a little split shot head, or it was actually the flickety split, one of the Catchco baits on Carl's that you guys can pick up. But this fish right here came on the drop shot version. And I think it was because some of these fish are just closer to the bottom right now. Look at that nice fish right there. That's a beautiful fish for this lake. Ate that little bitty minnow. All right, dude. Let you go. Nice and refreshed with some cool water. All right, let's talk about the drop shot and let's talk about the hammer stick. It is a drop shot finesse type lure. That's how I would classify this. But you don't have to fish it on a drop shot. That's a train going by. I just caught a bass where that train goes by. That's crazy. But the first way that I rigged it was on the flickety split. The flickety split is another bait you can get at Carl's, but it's basically a lead head on a small finesse hook. And what I did was I rigged it right in the middle, just like that. And that usually works for suspended fish that are just below the surface. So 5 or 6 feet below the surface usually. I'll throw a little jig head like this on a little finesse worm or shad type lure like this, and go right next to the pillars, let it sink in docks, marinas, things like that. But I wasn't getting bites that way. I had one, and I think it was a crappie, but I noticed on my graph, just looking at the electronics, there was a few more fish that I was seeing that were on the bottom, more so that were suspended just under the surface and whatnot. So that's when I decided to switch to a drop shot. And this is just a 1/4 ounce lead drop shot weight, and I've got just a wide gap 1/0 finesse hook on here, and that's about 10 inches, maybe 8 inches above that weight right there. So you want to take it just like this, take your hook, and I like to go right there towards the nose of the worm, and that helps it stand up a little bit better in the water. So when that is on the bottom, or while it's sinking even, that tail's gonna have action. And if you've never heard of a drop shot, it's an excellent way to catch fish in the summertime. Whenever fish are being finicky like they usually do and oxygen levels are low, it's just a real easy meal for them. So I'm gonna try to look at some more of these pillars, these man-made pillars out here where these fish normally suspend or hang out close to the bottom and wait for bait fish to come by. Today we've got current that's kind of coming from this way, going this way. So I'm gonna fish on the back side of these pillars with this drop shot, with this hammer stick, and see if I can get a few more. And then I'm gonna try some other techniques if I can't get them here for some more suspended fish on another rig. Okay, I wanna try one little deeper spot right here. The pillars, tried them for a second, they weren't working out. Just that one area that had that particular depth. So I came over to some rocks that are a little bit away from the bank. And then there's one rock that has a real steep drop to it. I want to try to take the drop shot and drag it down it and see if I can get any fish that are suspended to go by it and bite it. Of course, you know, jet skis coming through. Oh my God. Have you ever seen that? There's another marker buoy right here. Someone was fishing here. You can see a bright green buoy right there. I didn't see it until I got run on. Wow. Wow, that always makes you feel good. I think I'm just gonna put a check mark on this one as already fished. You ever run into that problem? Let us know in the comments. Sometimes you get to a spot. I've even been catfishing before and there's those little Y sticks right in the same place, freshly there. That's when you know somebody beat you there. Early bird gets the worm or the bass. So what I've done right here with this rig, I've taken this rolling runner and I put it with that hammer stick. So just comboed those up. You can put, you know, any kind of little shad stick bait on these rolling runners. Little boot tails would work too. You don't want something that's got a ton of boot tail action just because it'll kind of throw off the blade action. But you can fish these, you know, less than 5 feet under the surface all the way down to as deep as you want to go, 20, 30 foot. And all I'm doing is I'm looking for suspended fish on my graph, trying to see how many seconds do I need to count this thing down. You know, it's probably going to be about 2 foot a second without having a real floppy tail on this rocket or rolling runner. So all I do is I just count down a little bit, guess 10, 15 feet, wherever I'm seeing the fish. Sometimes it's all over the place. And I'm trying to swim it right by these tires in the little shade pockets. You can do the same thing inside of marinas. Oh, got him. Got him there. There's a spotted bass. So there was one that was suspended, really suspended, right between those tires. That's a little spotted bass. Texas spotted bass, they don't get very big. Don't catch them too often. I'm forced to break out the giant hatch, y'all. It's just so dang hot. I'm trying to get some shade here. I went down that marina side, didn't get any bites. While I'm going to another area, another place suspended fish hang out that I'm gonna show you, maybe we'll get some bites there. I wanted to take a moment to show you how I'm rigging that rolling runner. I've fished this bait in the past, caught a lot of fish on it, suspended fish. It's one of the first things I read about, saw on YouTube about fishing clear lakes, suspended fish when I started getting into bass fishing and going into bigger lakes and things like that. You can also fish them in ponds though, like really clear ponds. I've caught a lot of fish in them that way, especially in the summer when they get out schooling on little tiny bait fish. If you ever see fish that are schooling out in the middle of the pond, middle of the lake, and there's little tiny bait fish swimming around, you gotta tie one of these on. So this is the rolling runner. This is another bait that's available at Carl's Bait and Tackle. So what you do with it, you can put a variety of different plastics on it. I started out with just the straight tail of this hammer stick here. Started out with a straight tail, rigged it up just like this. It sinks a lot faster that way. You can reel it really fast. There's no resistance in the tail. But another way that you can rig it, so you can go with a straight tail, a split tail, or a boot tail like this. And a boot tail just has that little swimming boot on the end of it. Now it slows the bait down. You do get caught up a little bit more, and what that means is the bait will kind of shift around on you more. Your line might get caught on the back. But you get two actions. You get the boot tail action, and you also get this blade action that's down here. And this allows you to slow the bait down if you want to fish a little slower. Go with straight tail if you want to fish it faster. Now, let's head to one more area that fish like to suspend on, and that's points. Points are excellent places to catch suspended fish. Right now there's some anglers out here they are fishing for white bass, it looks like. This is an area I've seen a lot of largemouth school up to. And in the summertime months, you will see a lot of largemouth, spotted bass, even smallmouth. They just kind of get in a pelagic behavior at times, depending on the fish. Some fish go shallow, they stick shallow. Some fish will just roam, and they'll just roam around just like striper and all those other striped fish do. Sometimes they'll hang out with them, sometimes they'll go below them. Oh gosh, largemouth, got him. Got him on a spinnerbait. He was suspended. Interesting. Crushed the spinnerbait. On a point. Okay. Might have something here. Might have to extend this video. Actually, I've already got some of the other baits from Carl's Bait and Tackle with me right now, and I was gonna do a video on them. I think I might have just figured out another little something that we will try to figure out for the next video together, another pattern video. Yep, that's what we're gonna do, y'all. I want to continue to try to find another pattern and be there on the next video for you to try to figure out something else that's going on with some of the other baits that we got. Today, suspended bass, that's a different thing, that's a different pattern. So leave your comments down below if you have questions about suspended fish, and if you want to check out any of the baits that I was using today, you can visit Carl's Bait and Tackle. Links down below. Subscribe right here to the channel if you want more tips and tricks, and you can see me next time on the next video figuring out this other pattern. We'll do it together. So hit the ding dongs for all the notifications, and we'll see you then.